Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander refutes Guada's claims. The legal team for Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander has issued a rebuttal to a pre-action letter from attorney Crystal Primus on behalf of Prisons Acting Assistant Superintendent Garth Guada. Guada was detained in August under a state of emergency preventative detention order signed by the minister. Guada's legal team claims his detention is unlawful and influenced by Alexander's personal conflict of interest. In a pre-action protocol letter dated September 19th, Primus stated that Guada was detained on August 21st and held at the Eastern Correctional Rehabilitation Center, ECRC, before being relocated to Teteron Barracks on September 4th. The letter alleges that Alexander's decision to detain Guada was unlawful, unreasonable, and violated principles of justice. It also asserted that Guada was restricted from consulting with his attorney and prevented from attending his review tribunal hearing. Primus' letter further alleged that the minister, while on vacation and prior to his ministerial appointment, requested unsupervised visits to the Maximum Security Prison, MSP. According to Primus, these requests were denied by Guada, who had also supervised a meeting between Alexander and a member of a radical Islamic Osuji. The letter claims that after becoming a minister, Alexander made similar requests. Primus contends that these incidents, along with information Guada provided to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, TTPS, intelligence unit, demonstrated a pre-existing relationship and personal animosity, constituting a conflict of interest and an abuse of power. Attempt to score cheap political points. However, on Tuesday, Alexander's attorneys, led by senior counsel Anand Logan, responded with a categorical denial of the claims. In their letter to Primus, written by attorney Jared Jagru, they rubbished the claim that Guada was denied the opportunity to consult with his lawyer or attend the review tribunal. Jagru pointed out that at the tribunal hearing on September 19th, Primus had informed the panel of technical difficulties preventing her client's connection. The tribunal reportedly adjourned multiple times to facilitate Guada's appearance, and he eventually logged in after the matter had already been adjourned. The minister's lawyers asserted that Guada's detention has at all times complied with the Emergency Powers Regulations 2025 and that the review tribunal maintains independent oversight. The letter refuted the claims of improper visits, stating that all visits were conducted lawfully in the minister's former capacity as a senior police officer for the purpose of intelligence gathering. The response accuses Guada's team of circulating their allegations to the media on the same day the pre-action letter was written, before Alexander had a chance to respond. The lawyers suggested this was a deliberate attempt to score cheap political points and caused unnecessary reputational damage based on unsubstantiated claims. The minister's legal team also pointed out that an ex parte application challenging Guada's detention was filed before the High Court and later withdrawn without explanation. The court has reserved its position on costs, which the firm says undermines the credibility of the complaints. Alexander's lawyers concluded by stating they will vigorously defend any legal proceedings and are ready to respond should Guada's legal team proceed with threatened action. On Tuesday, The Express reported that Alexander had visited murder-accused Raji Ali at the MSP in January, together with then-Assistant Commissioner of Police Richard Smith. However, before the visit took place, Smith, who was senior to Alexander, had formally requested approval from his superior, Deputy Commissioner Suzette Martin of the Investigations and Intelligence Unit, after Ali had indicated he was seeking an audience with Smith to provide certain information. Martin, in turn, had written Prisons Commissioner Carlos Carraspe, asking that the officers be allowed access to the prison. On Tuesday, Smith told The Express that the meeting between himself, Alexander, and Ali was above board, and there was nothing clandestine about it.